All right, we're sitting here with Matt Nolan from the band Sweet 1A. Now, Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And like I said, it's been a while since we talked to you last. Tell us what
Absolutely.
you're doing now.
Right now, I'm playing with the Sweet 1A band I put together a while back, and it's been great just playing around the city. I'm in the studio right now, working on a record that should be hopefully out by Christmas time.
Okay, tell us about Sweet 1A. What type of music is that?
Now, Sweet 1A is a band that I put together. Basically, I started playing. I've always been playing in bands. Right now, I'm in President Bomb. I've been playing in a band called The Reception, The Pachanios, a bunch of other different bands. And I've always had a solo project I've played on the side, always, doing acoustic shows. And I just decided that might as well put it into a real band.
Okay.
So I've been getting people to play my music and putting a band together, and now I'm recording a record.
Now, what's the process going into putting your own band together? Start from step 1 all the way to step 12.
I wish it was a 12-step program. My life would be a lot easier. It's an easy and a hard process at the same time. Basically, I have to get someone to play guitar, get someone to play bass, get someone to play drums while I play guitar and sing and show off my awesomeness, pretty much.
You said 2 guitar players.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the double guitar sound. That way one can either do acoustic or play just like rhythm guitar, while the other person can play leads and little licks and riffs here and there. And I've always been a big fan of the 2 guitar sound.
And then the bass, what about the bass?
Bass player just, keeps the beat, keeps everything going, works in sync with the drummer. The drummer plays, complex enough to make it seem like he's a good drummer.
Now,
and simple enough to make it seem like the music stands out.
But also, isn't the drummer the guy that really, that's the guy that's responsible for keeping everything going, correct?
Yeah, the drummer is I joke around and pick this up, the visual timekeeper of the band, as well as the actual, beat keeper. He's the one that keeps everything together with the band, keeps everyone in time, and it's very good. Very easy for drummers to go off and do little fills in here and there. I personally like it when drummer just keeps the beat.
And then with the guitar work, how do you pick a guitarist?
Guitar players are a dime a dozen. It's just a matter of finding the one that works best with my style. I am a rhythm guitar player. I've never been a lead player. Okay. So I need someone that is able to compensate for where I lack in my guitar skills.
Okay.
So.
Tell us about your inspirations growing up.
Growing up, I listened to everything. My parents would always have the oldies radio station on, so I'd pick up on Motown, a lot of that type of stuff, classical rock. And as I started growing up more, listening to more of the radio, got into the alternative. I've always liked Bon Jovi, bands like Striper, and my parents growing up said, "We want you to listen to Christian rock."
Christian rock.
So I said, "Okay, it's either Amy Grant or Striper, Christian hair metal, whatever." So I decided to go for that, and from there, I expanded my musical boundaries and horizons. And
do you aim your music towards some of the bands like we were saying, Bon Jovi, Aerosmith? Your type of style, does it come from that?
Yes and no. I've always my writing style will always be a derivative of what I listened to growing up. Like I said, Bon Jovi, Alkaline Trio, great, band from Chicago. A bunch of bands, Ides of March, with the vocal harmonies and the horn parts. I've always liked that stuff. So everything that I write is just a little bit of everything mixed together. Everything from rock to blues and everything in between.
Now, how do you go about writing a song?
People have different ways of doing it. Some people write words first and then write the music afterwards. Some people write music first or have a guitar riff coming about and they write the song from there. When I was younger, I would always write poetry. And so from there, I just developed into songwriting. And so I'll write a song that I like, or I'll pick out something that I like, want to write about, or that I enjoy, or whatever. And from there, decide to write a song about it, write a song around an idea, or write a song around a general concept.
Oh, isn't it also true that you could just be in the shower and just say, "Oh, that sounds good"?
Funny story, actually. The song, which will be the first single off the record, "Dreams," I wrote the melody for that in the shower. I was singing in the shower one day and it just came to me. And from there I wrote the song around that. And so it's very possible you can write, songwriting is a very difficult process. You can either sit down and do it all in one sitting, which some people do, or it's one of those things you write right now and then come back to it and write more later, and so many different ways of doing it.
Oh, you think if you put yourself to the fact we got to write it right here, right now, that's too much stress on you and you just do a little bit at a time?
It can be, yes. I've written songs. One of the songs actually that'll be on the record is a song that I sat down in one sitting and said, I want to write a song right now about this particular situation that I was in. And I sat down and all in one sitting, popped it all out. Now revisions came later, and but so it is definitely possible to write a song all in one sitting. Some people can, some can't. It's just a matter of doing.
Like when you're writing a song, do you have to rhyme? Does one line have to rhyme with the other line?
Yeah, no, yes and no.
Because most songs, that's the way it is. It's
Yeah,
usually
a lot
just-
of songs on the radio, like the pop songs that you'll hear on the radio, do that, and it's catchy and people like it. One of the appeals of, Johnny Cash, another guy I listen to, is that a lot of his stuff doesn't rhyme. Some country music won't rhyme. Some other, depending on whatever it is. So it all just depends on the song you're going for and the sound you're going for.
Because Johnny Cash is more of a storyteller.
Absolutely.
Folk storyteller country.
A lot of country and a lot of folk music that doesn't rhyme because it's all about getting a point across. Some songs don't even have choruses or the catchy, the hook of the song. It's just a matter of whatever you're trying to reach for in the song.
Now you said when you're growing up, all those different bands. Has your style of music, that type of music you like to listen to, has it changed since you were a kid listening to Bon Jovi? And
Absolutely, yes. I grew up, like I said, listening to oldies, and then I developed into punk rock, Social Distortion, Dead Kennedys. From there, went into pop punk, Blink-182, MXPX, Alkaline Trio, and so it all depends. Like when I started writing, it was very, very robotic, very organic. Playing 3 chords and writing around there. And lately, I've been writing a lot. I've listened to a lot of Styx growing up, and I've been doing a lot lately too. So I'll write songs, in the more progressive rock fashion. So it all just depends on what you're listening to and what comes from there.
You said 3 chords. What other type of chords are there?
Like there are all sorts of different chords, and when it comes to music, you have your different notes, A through G, and the sharps and flats and everything. A lot of punk rock is stereotyped as a 3-chord song, a G, D, C progression or whatever, and it's just a matter of what you choose to go for in the song that will develop that.
So you started off playing with bass?
I actually started off playing guitar. I think my dad would have a guitar sitting around in his closet. He'd always say, "Don't play my guitar," and so of course we played the guitar. And from there, because I was all the bands I played in, I played rhythm guitar, so I just picked up bass from there. I've been playing bass for about 6 years, and I like it a lot. It's a lot easier. It makes it a lot free. It frees me up to do a lot of jumping and all the kicks and whatnot that I do.
But what type of is the music different, like with a lead bass guitar, opposed to a regular?
It
guitar?
is. A lot of players will write. People who are songwriters will write songs for an individual player. Sometimes they'll write a song that showcases the bass player, or they'll write a song that showcases the drummer. I've written songs that showcase the bass playing ability of myself or whoever's playing bass with me. And I've written songs that will showcase the drummer or showcase the lead guitar player. It all just depends on the song you're writing.
Okay. Now, when you're not playing in a band, what do you do in your free time?
Sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm a professional sleeper. I've been campaigning this for years. I do it very well. Keep that in mind.
I always say you need about 10 to 12 hours. A day.
I would go for 10 to 12 hours. I would also go for 20 to 22 hours. If I could work 2 hours a day and sleep the rest, I'd be content. Okay. But when I'm not doing that,
what pays the bills?
I DJ for I work for a DJ company. I DJ, host karaoke, do parties, weddings, clubs. Lately, I've had a residence at the Original Mothers on Division Street. I'm down there a lot, like 5 nights a week.
Okay.
But so it's pretty much a free plug.
Yeah. How being a DJ, how does that complement your DJ or being playing an instrument, a musician? Does that complement your DJ work, or does it just totally contrast it?
Absolutely, it very much has helped. I had a background in radio before I went into DJ. I started, I was going to North Central for a while in Naperville, working with their radio station, and the musicianship has helped the DJ because when you're trying to mix, when you're trying to beat match, you pick up on you're able to hear the beat in your head, and you go from there. And in terms of my musicianship, it has benefited also because DJing has opened me up to numerous forms of music that I would have never listened to, rap, R&B, a lot of soul, even country a little bit, stuff that I would have never listened to before. I have started listening to by force of habit because I have to play it every night in the club, and from there I write songs. It has opened my horizons in terms of songwriting.
Yeah, because you got different styles. They're all different
Absolutely.
Styles. Now you probably as a DJ, DJ karaoke guy. What are some stories you have about some of the people that sing? Everyone thinks that they're basically, a star, right?
It's true. I lovingly call them karaoke junkies.
Okay.
I talk a lot of smack, but at the same time, I love it. It's entertaining. It's better, in my opinion. I would rather do that because the interaction that I have with people on a day-to-day basis is great. Right. You know, we have one guy that comes in to sing all the time, sing karaoke, and he might be the worst singer of all time, but he thinks he's great. And I had a friend that actually. I
don't know the guy, do I?
No. Okay. No. Not to mention any names, but no, I've met a lot of great people through it too. I've made a lot of friends. Actually, I had a friend that passed away last year, but he would come in and he was one of the worst singers I've heard. But he had so much heart and he just loved it. He knew he was bad and he loved it. And the friendships that I got as a result of this job.
Did you ever sing along with them, or do you ever sing one up there?
Occasionally, someone will come in and ask to sing a song like, I don't know, Sweet Home Alabama or something like that. And, they'll be like, hey, DJ, you know how to sing along, or anything along the lines of that. And
do people get mad if the karaoke singer's singing?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are not fans. I try to stay away from them unless they ask for it.
They ever get it like, hey, where's my song? When's my song coming up?
Let me tell you something, my friend. These people, especially when you have to wait for a long time, when the bar is busy or the club is busy, they're saying, hey, where's my song? Where's my song? And that's when, not that I encourage this, but if I were to encourage it, I would say tip the DJ. But I'm not saying that. That would be strictly theoretical, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, now the studio. You said you're going to get into the studio soon.
Yes, I've been demoing material for a good 6 months to a year, just trying to figure out what songs work, what doesn't work. And I finally have narrowed down to a good 12 songs, 13 songs, and going into the studio to record and hopefully have a record out by Christmas time.
Okay.
And or at least January.
You said 12, 13 songs. Does it really matter how many songs are on it?
Some. It's
a disc, right? It's
not
like on the
it's not an old
days,
vinyl, yeah. Some bands will record, 18, 19 songs and put it on record. Punk rock bands will record 19 songs.
Well, because those songs are like a minute
exactly,
long.
like 2 minutes long. Myself, I've always felt that, 10 people will put 10 songs on the record, and I think that's too little. If you're going to pay $15 for a CD, I would rather have, 12, 13 songs on there, full artwork and everything. That way it gives you something to look at, so you're, feel like you're actually paying something. Nothing that I hate more than a band that'll record 10 songs and have little to no album art or liner notes. And it's like, what am I paying $15, $20 for this record for when I can download it for free? It's a mixture of everything I've written. I don't remember who it was that said it, but someone said you have your entire life to write your first record. You have, 3 months to write your second one. So this one is going to be pretty much everything I've written thus far to this point in life, all together at once. One of the things I like about actually recording an album and doing it on my own, having my own band to do it, is that now I can do it the way I want it to be done. It can be done, spend as much time or as little time as possible, and rely on myself as opposed to have to rely on 4 or 5 other people to get done what I want done.
Now, when you're talking about what you want to do with an album, what it makes a good album for you?
For myself personally, it's the total package. It's everything from the music that's put in there. Some people will write songs just to write each individual song. I like to write songs that are geared towards album-oriented rock. Having not necessarily a concept album, but having an idea and basing it around that. Like having all the songs be about love or about politics or religion or this or that. That's what all the subjects people write about. I like having it all wrapped up into one big subject. And
one of the bands you said that you liked growing up was Styx, and they were big on concept albums.
Absolutely, and I very much liked the stuff that they would write. The Grand Illusion, Cristobal, all those records. They had each song was an individual song, but it was all geared towards the theme of
Kilroy was here.
Sour subject for me, but. And that's what I like writing, So if I'm going to put 12, 13 songs on a record, I want them to be 12 or 13 songs that I'm very proud of and I think fits the concept of what I'm trying to write for.
Okay. Now, Suite 1A, first song will probably be Dreams.
Yeah, that's the first single off the new record, for sure.
And then how could they find out more about you?
There's a website, www.suite1a.com. That's SUITE. 1a.com, and also on MySpace, who isn't these days. Okay. MySpace.com/Suite1A.
Oh, can I make a suggestion for your first album?
Okay.
The album name?
Yeah.
Sweet. Ooh. Suite 1A. Sweet. I mean.
Sweet.
Because that might be too complicated. People be like, I don't understand that.
Says it's sweet or I don't get it. Yeah.
MySpace has been come along really well.
You know, MySpace, in my opinion, is the greatest thing since the invention of the email, which was invented, as you know, by Al Gore, who invented the internet. Right. It is a great networking tool. It's been taken, a lot of people take it out of context, you know, in terms of all the stuff that's going on lately with the kids and whatnot. But I think it's the greatest networking tool for bands because you can put your music up there, you can contact fans, you can, you know, book shows, you can book tours, you can tell people about your shows and tours that are going on. It's incredible.
You can have videos and audio.
Absolutely.
And you
networking.
Get your own little website.
Exactly. It's pretty much a secondary website without having to have an actual website. A lot of bands these days can't afford, you know, the money to go online and, you know, book the actual website. So they get the MySpace, and I've heard of bands that go entirely through MySpace, and it's incredible what they can do from that.
All right, well, you're to hear Matt Nolan, Sweet 1A, and the new album out by Christmas time.
Hopefully by Christmas time,
First
yes.
single will be Dreams, and you can hear it again at sweet1a.com, and also you got it in MySpace.
Yes.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much for having me.
How.